All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the HCS Pro League Summer 2016 Finals. Taking a look at the highlights here from Optic versus Elevate. Flamesword, of course, on your screen. There, Optic Gaming able to make quick work of their opponents. They will stay alive in the loser's bracket. Bravo now joined by Gaskin. Gaskin, we got quite a match coming up now. It's going to be a pretty good one. It's Team Liquid versus Denial. Of course, everything else is on the line for these squads. And one of these two will advance through the winner's bracket without issue, and they'll be able to jump right into the fall season.
Yeah, playing for a very prestigious Pro League spot, obviously. I mean, the fact that Denial took down Optic, crazy. I don't think everyone was expecting that. I mean, Optic put up a good fight, but in the end, Denial were just too strong. Liquid, on the other hand, they just had a nice 4-0 victory in their first winner's bracket. So.
Oh, yeah, you can bet that. Of course, Liquid is feeling good. We heard comments from them earlier as well, stating that that was the case. And now, as we look down these rosters, of course, Liquid, a team that North American fans, of course, have now been familiar with. But as we look down the Denial roster, it's an interesting mix. Specifically, you have someone like Cloud, right, on the one side, a veteran player who really made a name for himself in Halo 3. You've also got Rami, who has really become an overnight sensation here. Of course, subbing with CLG, also winning their most recent Halo 5 free-for-all in Austin, Texas. So certainly some talent on the Denial side as well. Gabriel, a familiar name, and Falcated, a newer name here. So this is your teams here. Team Liquid versus Denial eSports. It's going to be a fantastic series. And of course, the winner will secure their fall spot for in these relegation matches. And the loser will have to face off against Optic Gaming, who's also coming off of a 4-0 win. So certainly not an easy road ahead for the losing side. Now taking a look at Team Liquid here. Of course, they got that 7th seed in the last week of Pro League, and right here we're looking to see what they'll be able to pull off. You heard T-Squared earlier saying that this looks like a different Team Liquid.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how Dinoxide kind of plays. His KDA across the season was only 0.32, one of the worst, if not the worst, out of everyone across regular season. So a lot of pressure on him to kind of perform. This is LAN rather than online, so I'd be expecting a player who's been around for a little while now to be performing well and kind of just getting up to the standard of his teammates who do have kind of a normal KDA.
Yeah, the one thing I'm, of course, worried about down the Liquid line is, of course, that CTF record, right? They are 2-15 in capture the flag in regular season play. That's a 12% win ratio. Certainly nothing that can give them confidence in that game type. However, like we said earlier, this might be a new team here. In Strongholds, they're a little bit stronger. They're 5-12 at 29%. And in Slayer, they're right around the same area with a 25% win rate. So, of course, it's due to those performances that they're here in relegation. But if they have their way, they will advance straight through. But Denial wants to make the upset. They want to change the narrative and secure a fall spot in the Pro League. They can do that right here in this series. I believe our game number 1 is going to be Strongholds Eden. We're going to be jumping into that in just a bit. But looking at the gentlemen on Denial, of course, they got one thing on their mind, and that's winning this series so they don't have to drop to the losers.
Definitely, and Strongholds Eden is an okay game type for them. 60% win record, 3-2 across the season, so it's definitely a game type they're experienced with, playing it 5 times. Not surprised that they have kind of vetoed and got to that point across their strongholds in general. We're looking at Rig 0-4, Plaza 1-4. So this is their best Strongholds game type. You did say earlier they're 5-12 overall. So Strongholds in general, not very confident, but as we can see now, the maps are up there. So Eden Strongholds will be your game 1, followed by Truth Slayer, Coliseum Capture the Flag, Empire Strongholds, Rig Slayer for game 5. And if we need them, we've got Truth Capture the Flag and Plaza Slayer.
That's right, so quite a mix there. You're going to see 2 appearances of Truth on your screen. And then other than that, we'll be jumping all across Halo 5's suite of maps. But not going to be an easy series for either side. I think they both know that there's quite a lot on the line, and especially now here in relegation, there is quite a lot to play for as well. And it sounds like the game is ready. So our casters for this match are going to be T-Squared and Sims. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thanks very much, Bravo. Welcome to the Xfinity desk, as he mentioned, Sims and T-Squared. Dude, it's an honor to be on the desk with you. We are going to send one team to the fall season. Just stats aside, everything off the side. What's your initial gut feeling saying about this series? How's it going to play down?
It's going to be an absolute brawl. Liquid has looked so strong in online scrims. Then you have Denial, who just completely shows up when it comes tournament time. Liquid, they're looking really, really strong on LAN. I mean, I got to hand it to these guys. I thought that maybe the online performance wouldn't transfer over. Yep. It really has. I got to say that this, in my opinion, going to be the most intense series of the day so far. I would really love to see 7 games.
All right then, guys, you can see the players and the teams on screen. Team Liquid in red, Denial eSports in blue. Team Liquid, obviously 7th so far in the Pro League. And then we're going to bring that screen back in just a second for you guys. Sorry about that one. So looking across now at Denial eSports. I believe this is the game underway. We're going to dive straight into things. We're on board with Stella of Team Liquid.
Yeah, and if you guys aren't familiar with Strongholds on Eden, the key is catwalk. It's all about catwalk and potentially holding red nest. You want to kind of leave blue bend open. You can go for it and go for the triple cap. That adds the extra pressure, but it's really just all about holding that catwalk because that gives you more opportunities. And you can see Stellar getting taken out by the rocket guy. That's going to be Spartan helping him clean up that kill. Let's hop on board with Spartan, see what's going on from his point of view. He's got rockets and camo, trying to get that blue bend. So that's nice little play coming out from Spartan. That's 2 kills as well. So this should be a good opportunity for Liquid to open up the rest of the map. Let's see if they're able to capitalize on that.
I like what he did. He gets the kill and then just decides to push off and back away. And we were talking about this yesterday. Don't bother challenge it. Don't give away easy deaths time and time again. He's in a really good spot. He's got some defense from his teammates. The triple cap is in full effect now. The time is ticking over. They've taken the lead. Looking straight down the barrel, trying to give his teammates some support. So now he's going to dip down into pit and make his way around to just round to red. Just give it a check. His teammates there, excuse me, down to blue bend. It's in the hands of red. They've still got 2 caps. The time is still ticking along rather nicely. Now he's going to work his way down to the catwalk. Now it's recently been transferred back into the hands of Denial. Now, at this kind of point, they're about to pick up 2. They're going to be spawning. They've kind of got them at the moment. They're pushing back on this red nest. 2 players are running in. He's got another player behind him. Where do you want to be looking, Tom? Where exactly at this moment in point do you want to be setting up and really trying to lock down a setup?
Well, I think they made a little bit of a rotational mistake. Even they were able to take back the catwalk. They left the rest of the map open, and it looks like they're kind of getting punished for that. Denial and the rest of, Falcade and the rest of his squad on Denial just going over there and putting the triple cap in effect. And this is really hard now for Liquid because of the fact that all of the weapons and the overshield camo coming up here soon. So you have to decide, do I want to go for the power-ups and try to retake map control, or do I stop the bleeding and just take one of these strongholds?
Unfortunately, Denoxide in a rock and a hard place. 2 players battling down him. He had 1 above, so he had to bail. Eco, though, going to help his teammate out. That's going to enable Spartan to grab the OS. Stella's got the rockets as well. Now this is the time that they want to make something happen. The power-up and the power weapon certainly in their hands. He's going to get grenaded, as he does get naded across from red window, but his teammate's there to kind of push in on the back of them. This could be the triple cap. They're going to turn this one on their head. They got everything in the bag. They put the goodies in there, and now they're reaping the rewards of it.
Yeah, they're just going to trade red nest for blue bend. Like I was saying, you want to prioritize red nest. Think of red nest sort of like nests in the rig, where it's just so easy to get people out of that. You can easily just grenade off the wall and things like that. But it looks like they're going to get really aggressive on this blue bend and go for the triple cap again and elect to give up catwalk. Not really sure if I agree with that, because everyone was going to be spawning on the blue platform and charging out. Like I was saying, you have to hold that catwalk area. So he ends up dying right there, and that's going to leave the rest of the map open for Denial. So one of the things that you want to watch out for in Strongholds especially is just overextending, and sometimes it's better just to hold 2 instead of being greedy and going for that 3. Definitely it's really strong in maps like Empire, and it's almost impossible to come back. Yeah, the risk may be worth the reward, but in certain situations, especially when you're so evenly matched, sometimes it's better just to get a feel for the other team.
You just kind of saw off-screen in the kill feed, Stella doing stellar things. He got 3 kills in a consecutive challenge. The Noxide's going to push down into blue, but unfortunately gets shut down just as quickly as 3 players were holding tight on that one. Falcade is going to get tanked up by Stella with the BI, looking straight down the scope. His teammate is going to give him some support. That's going to be Spartan. Yeah, just kind of stopping that now forces them to either kind of go for the reset or at least bait them out to try and bring it in. But they're in a good position because they're pushing out around rockets. Now we're going to see the Noxide just push back on them. They're either going to be here or spawning behind them, and whichever way they walk, they're pretty much going to run into it. And look at that, the time is ticking away. They've got the blue spawn. He's going to pick up this one. There's another person in there. He's going to lay down that. Just hopefully someone will step in there. He gets the call out that Cloud's weak, but his teammate's there to support him as well. Down he goes, trapping them kind of in red base right now and really putting the pressure onto Denial.
Yeah, another crucial time in this game. While the rockets are coming up, so is the overshield and camo. So this is looking good, really good for Liquid. And I gotta say, I love the way the Noxide's been playing this at the end. You know, just going out of the red window area, going for those rockets. Unfortunately for him, gets taken down, but he had a pretty nice spree. Let's hop on board with Eco, see what he's doing again, just trying to get those people out of red nest. Pretty easy to be able to get those guys out. Fortunately, they do have blue bend, so not that big of a deal, but Rami making the right play and pushing into security. This is the area that you need to hold.
And now he's going to try and push hard on Catwalk. The time's racking up. His teammate Gabriel doesn't actually help him. He's just going to sit on the outskirts and wait to give support when it's needed. So that will tick down slower than having two people. And Spartan comes flying around the corner on Little Cat. He gets tanked up by several players just looking over from top mid. One player's going to jump down. That's going to be Denoxide, so he's going to get called out. Look for that assist medal cleaning up any second, which it doesn't come. So he's going to be allowed to roam free. However, does get challenged back by Cloud. He'll fall. And now Stella will go in there just to try and put a little bit more pressure on. But I like what he's doing. Staying alive, you mentioned it, Tom. It's a very easy hill to manage. But he has the camo, so, and as soon as we say that, he goes back in and he gets landed with a rocket at his legs.
Yeah, the reset hasn't come into effect yet. There it is. There's the reset. Looks like Spartan's going to try to make his way over towards Catwalk. But one of the things is Stellar did a really great job of staying alive that entire time with his camo. If he was able to capture that red nest, it really would have put Denial on the back foot. But they're doing a great job of just holding this setup. While I say that, it looks like they are able to take that Catwalk. So Denial going to have to hold red and just try to retake this back. Rami doing his best to hold this mid-bridge area. Really nice job evading Spartan. Spartan definitely someone that you don't want to try to get in a one-on-one fight with. But however, with that being said, Liquid getting map control and only 30 points away from walking away with this one.
And now they're going to put Red Nest in the bag. There's two of them. That's going to be Eco and Denoxide working side by side. Rami's going to get called out over in control. The Rockets are up in 3 seconds. Look for Denoxide. Oh, it's actually a player hiding behind that, just chilling. So they're going to back the Rockets now. This could be the time that they push hard on Red Nest. Denoxide's getting pushed by Valkated. Valkated gets punished for chasing him. Holy hell, puts a bullet between his eyes and says, don't follow me, boy. But you know what, Tom? The Rockets are still up. They've not been touched, even though they've been there for at least 5 to 10 seconds.
Yeah, and while that was happening, actually, Denial was able to rotate and start being able to capture, so Liquid needs to kind of do something here. It looks like that could have been potentially the camo player. It could be Falcated that was taken out with that camo. I want to see what Spartan's doing, because Spartan just picked up the Rockets, so if Spartan can continue to get these slays here, Liquid should be able to walk away with this one. Stellar picking up a double kill. Only one alive left, that's Falcated. Let's see if Spartan can do anything with the 2 Rockets left, because with 80 points, you only need 20 points more, 100 to win, obviously. And if you have 2 Rockets, you should be able to pick up these kills, because you know they have to go into the Stronghold area, and he's doing exactly that. Charging into the Catwalk area, getting aggressive. Meanwhile, the other team is capturing points behind him, so he has to decide if he wants to try to get these guys out or capture this with his teammate. Fortunately, his teammate does have Overshield too at the same time, so looking really good for Liquid. They have the ideal setup, the power weapons and the power-ups.
The switch and bait there was real. Fantastic work from them too. I'm not entirely sure which other player it was, but just dipping in and out behind the outskirts of that top cat section. Just literally bait them in, get one shot, jump back out, teammate walks in, there you go, take the kill, have a nice day. Out of Rockets now for Spartan, so he's kind of just patrolling around here because they don't want to let top mid get away. Unfortunately, Rami comes in with a flying fist, takes him down. Let's jump on board with Rami and see what he's doing.
Yeah, Rami did a really nice job. This game was almost over, only 5 points away to win, but here's the great thing about Strongholds, it's never over till it's over. Even if you have 99, you could still come back mathematically, not out of this one, but them taking Red Nest, Liquid taking Red Nest is pretty big, and also Stellar getting that double on Catwalk should be able to secure this one. Doesn't look like anyone is hopping into the Red Nest. They elect to go for the kill as well, and that's going to be Team Liquid walking away with game number 1.
Stellar just putting the nail in the coffin there with a nice double killer and cleaned up top mid. No one was there, just hanging around. Batted it, of course, and then they kept it, ticked it down, and that is Team Liquid, as you mentioned, going 1-0 up in the series. Nice start, but you know what? It was still, at least, certainly not a complete beating. Denial definitely putting up a decent fight. We'll bring the stats up and show you guys at home in just a second exactly how they looked. I mean, in terms of power weapon and power weapon control, the OS was definitely in the hands of Liquid a lot more than it was Denial.
Yeah, and look at the Stellar show, 22-11, going double positive, absolutely ridiculous. 18 assists coming out from Denoxide as well. And the thing that I loved about Denoxide besides of his assists was his support outside for the Rockets. He was always in the right place at the right time when those Rockets were coming up. Like you said, they weren't picked up for a good 30 seconds. That's because of the amount of pressure that he was adding.
I mean, yeah, I couldn't have worded it with myself the amount of times, but Stellar, man, 22 kills just going absolutely in, but more than anything, just being a nuisance. The time, but Denoxide, I have to give him credit where credit's due for those 18 assists. Sometimes we do talk a lot about Denoxide's online performance. We've seen a Goose in the past as well, but certainly helping his teammate. You can see on screen there, look at Spartan. That's the kind of player you want in your team. Someone who's loud, someone who's proud, someone who can really get the team going. But Denoxide, for all of his, you know, not the biggest slayer on the team, for a little guy, he has got one hell of a loud voice, and he is keeping up to Spartan's performances.
Yeah, I gotta say, E6 and Liquid are probably the most emotional charged teams here. They just really thrive on that type of energy. Spartan has to be the loudest player so far, probably next to Cloud. So Cloud's kind of that loud leader when it comes to getting his teammates hyped, and that really carries over, and it proves well on LAN, because you start getting in the other team's head. Literally, they can actually hear you screaming at them. So you maybe getting flustered and things like that. Not much actual LAN tournament experience coming out from the side of Denial. So you got to give that advantage over to Liquid. If Denial can put that last game past them, I'm sure they will be able to. Slayer Truth is a really good opportunity for them to do that. You can take a look at the picks and bans down below.
Let's take a look how we landed on Truth of Slayer then. Denial came in with the first ban. They kicked out Eden, then it went across to Liquid. They kicked out Plaza. Back across, Coliseum was then taken out, then back to Regret. That was banned out by the boys in blue of Team Liquid. And then the Wolfpack themselves, Denial, decided that they did not want to play the Rig Team Slayer. So we are here on Truth. Truth, midship, whatever you want to call it from the days. It's the same map. It's been there for the last 10 to 12 years. What is the main focus of this, Tom? We've obviously now got the fuel rod up top mid.
Yeah.
And then we've got these two rifles. We've got Carbine one side and we've got the BR the other, which we know is a very, very big playmaker in this game. You control them. You pretty much kind of solidify the deal. You personally, what's the best place to set up on this one? What's the play?
Well, you want to just, I think Walshy talks about this a lot, and he talks about it very well, is that you want to try to control as much real estate in the map as possible. You want to try to own, it's almost like Monopoly, right? You want to have, that whole side on lockdown. So when you look at, the maps in quadrants, you can say that this is split by both bases, 25%, and then Carbine 25%. And then you also have P2, which is another 25% of the map. So as long as you can lock down 75% of the map and try to force spawns, you should be able to do really well. But really, this map's all about just controlling pink, getting the camouflage, trying to get that fuel rod. Since the fuel rod, you can see at top center, since it's been added there, it's just become so powerful. And the meta's definitely switched. It used to be try to hold the bases and hold both bases, but now it's just really trying to control that fuel rod.
All right, then we're going to kick things off with Team Liquid captain Spartan the Dog. Let's see what he does. He's moving up into P2, just going to lock this one down. The Camel's still there, interesting. No one's burning it off a spawn. Now he's going to get picked up and put in the hands of a Denial eSports player that's going to be falcated, looking to do some work with this, just jumping down, just checking his areas. I honestly think this is going to be quite a slower paced game. These two teams know exactly how much is on the line. Remember, guys at home, the winner of this series will be going to the Fall Season Pro League. They're going to bag themselves a guaranteed spot with the rest of the teams here today, and the two sat at home. Falcate also going to put the fuel rod in his back pocket, but as soon as I say that, he gets taken down with the dark side, who picks up a double kill.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice getting that kill. You have camo fuel rod, though, and you're top center still, so you want to try to rotate and try to get into P2 or something like that, or get into an area where you have more cover, because you have nowhere to go once you're top center with camo. You can possibly drop down to botter center, but that's an even worse position to be in. So not a big fan of the way that he played that camo fuel rod. Love the way that he started the game, though, and now we're at 7-5, 7-6. So this is just back and forth so far to start the game. However, if you did slow that play that a little bit more, could have potentially got a little bit more kills.
Obviously, we're casting here for you guys at home, but for the people in the house, the audience, there is a player signing session in the VIP lounge now. If you want to get your shirt signed, head on over to the FFA area. The players are in there. You'll be able to meet and greet, have a chat about Halo and everything else that we love about these events. But you know what? Right now, T-Squared, it is Team Liquid versus Denial. A very, very slower paced game compared to the last one. 11-9 in the hands of Team Liquid. Certainly a lot more closer than what I expected. But then again, we did say Denial, they're coming out hot. They are coming in your champions from the open circuit. Team Liquid, though, just at that final day, they did pip C9 and obviously beat the Optic Gaming to that 7th spot, and they chose to avoid these guys. Now they're going up against them. 12-12, very evenly matched series, I think.
Yeah, this is a huge swing game. I don't necessarily want to call it a must-win for Denial, but you don't want to go down 2-0 to start. And I just got to say, Spartan and Stellar just looking so strong, working together. Spartan definitely one of the stronger Truth players. Let's hop on board with him and see what he's doing. Picking up a grenade kill, pushing into Pink 2, picking up a really nice double kill. The Sword's there waiting for him at the same time. Not really sure what happened with that camouflage or who actually picked it up. But either way, nonetheless, having control of Pink Tower when anytime camouflage is coming up, whether you know it or not, is still a really strong position to be on. But it looks like Eco is able to get away with that one.
Eco now controlling top mid and just patrolling it. No one knows here. Look at that. Trigger discipline. He's just going to wander over, wait for anybody to poke through. He's still... Oh, actually, Rami, X-ray vision, does copper in. Falcated's also going to put some shots on. He gets shut down instantly. We're going to see Rami coming back out.
Wow.
Hydra comes out. There's the double. Scopes in on Cloud. Doesn't tag him up, but his teammate's there for the assist. Really good play from Eco. Very, very trigger disciplined. He wasn't overly aggressive. He didn't waste the camo. Fantastic play. Puts a couple more kills in the bag.
Yeah, Rami with the eagle eyes, spotting him out twice, but not able to capitalize for the rest of his team. And you could potentially see Liquid kind of pull away with this one. Now they finally have Denial on the spawn trap, and they're executing it pretty well. Unfortunately for them, they don't have pink control, so they need to get someone up into that position in order to have full control of the map and continue to just snowball this. But 27 now, I believe, to 16. So this is the biggest lead we've seen in the game thus far. And this is actually a really powerful position to have the Hydra, or any weapon for that matter.
I mean, really, generally, we don't see a lot of Hydra work at the moment. Eco's doing a fantastic job of it. Just hiding up on P3, poking out, putting some shots on. Again, even if you don't... Ooh, as soon as I say that, Curse of the Caster, they're going to get that Hydra off of P3. And again, they really wanted to, because that was like a turret raining down a whole ray of fireworks on him. Spartan's going to get charged. He will run into his teammate. His teammate there's to help. You know what? Spartan then turns around, gives Falcated in the face. Great little bait and switch there. Run into your teammate, give him some support. Liquid right now, their teamwork is fantastic. Please don't turn on him. Oh my word, Denoxide turns around, gives him the hot 5, get wrecked Gabriel.
That was pretty impressive play coming out from these guys, but we do have a listen-in coming in here. I believe that is going to be with Liquid because they are looking so impressive. So let's hop on board with Denoxide and see what the rest of Liquid is communicating.
Gabriel's one shot! Gabriel's weak! I know, no car! Blue Eli, kill me! Blue Eli, kill me! We're all dead, we're all dead. Camo 29.
30? Okay.
Alright, nice burn. Yo, let's go red. Go blue. Blue Eli. Red window as well. Blue Eli. I'm soaring blue too. Let's go, Kevin. Let's go. I got nades. I'm no shields. Watch my nades. I died. Gabriel killed me. You don't help Dan. Probably under, Dan. Probably under. Jump on a blue one. Jump blue one, Dan. Nice. I spawned.
Got fuel.
Run away. He's one. There's a guy in blue too. Alright, live. Live, dude. Push red core with me. I hear that. I spawned red too. I hear red bubble. Red bubble. I naded it. Red bubble.
By yourself.
I can't. I hear that. Weak guys. He's dead. Blue car cuts fell. I died. Pink 2 with... Alright, there's still a kid. Yo, guys. Pink 2 with fuel. We gotta kill this kid car. Let's go car more. I'm here, car 2. Yo, Cloud was red bubble. There's only one guy, Pink 2. I'm looking, I don't see him. I got him. Another one, car 1, blue side. I hear that. Yeah, he's crouching gap. I'm here. He's weak. Your side, he's on sword, weak. I got him. Nice. Yo, Pink 2. I'm going Pink 2. Blue 2. Yeah, back blue. Yeah.
Fuel 15, Tyler.
Under blue, guys. Under blue. To your left. Red window looking at you.
I'm gonna regroup, guys.
Nice kill.
Alright,
we're up by 4. Let's go. Guys, blue.
Red street.
Camo
Yeah,
30.
watch out under blue.
Kevin, on Kevin.
I died, dude. Blue street, kill me.
Yo,
bottom
P3,
mid.
go P3.
Car 1 ran me.
Got a sword. One shot.
I killed one. There's watch out street. Cloud's there too. Yo, there's a kid like car 1. He might fly under my base. I'm here, Dan. Yo, Kevin, let's go car. In our bubble gap. I hit him once.
Yo, take this fuel.
Yo, Dan, he's one shot. There's 2, bro.
Enemy's weak.
Tyler. It's up at 29.
Nice shit, Tyler.
I got
2 on me, guys. I'm gonna die. 2 red bubble.
Camo.
Randy's one shot.
And honestly, from the lead that they had, all of a sudden, Tom, it's now closed up. We actually heard one of the Team Liquid players saying, I'm tunneling hard, as if he was kind of tilting a little bit. Everything seems to be real. I don't know if it's going wrong for Team Liquid, or if Denial have just really found a footing on the map.
Well, I think that Denial is really just fighting for their lives. They realize that they need to win this game. Going down 2-0, Liquid already has so much momentum. They 4-0'd Elevate, extremely impressive, even more impressive than the series against Optic Gaming. So, you know, this is their opportunity to potentially come back in this series, but Liquid's trying to say no, and Spartan just really fantastic shots. And the communication's really on point for these guys. I know it sounds really hectic from home, but you got to look for small things like using each other's real names, telling each other where to look, maybe left or right, and then also saying things like "I'll get him" or "I hear you." Those little key words are really crucial for your teammates when it comes to communication.
I mean, you don't want to let things escalate rather quickly, which they are doing now, as we see Team Liquid only needing one more kill. They've got 4 minutes 30 to get it, so I think that's going to be all she wrote as the ground pound comes in from Rami, but he does get taken down. I'm seeing 17 kills on the board for Spartan the Dog at the top there. He was getting hype before. He'll be getting even more hype now as they go 2-0 up in the series.
I mean, can't say enough about Liquid. Was talking about how potentially these guys may even be the second best team here, not just from the relegation side. I'm talking about potentially better than E6. I'm talking about potentially better than C9. I'm talking about potentially better than Envy. Liquid is looking that strong recently. If there's ever a time to come together and play your best, it is today in this weekend, and they're really showing it. They want to go in there with their heads high, saying we deserve to be in this pro league.
17-10 for the big dog himself, 16-8. That is a massive stellar again, going huge, not only getting the kills, but keeping those deaths down. We talk about how this is a game of two halves. It's not only about getting the kills, but it's not getting the deaths and putting your team in a really bad spawn location. You know what? Still, credit where credit's due. Denial put up a very good fight.
Yeah, but we just saw that replay, and we saw the play coming out from Falcated. He had that camo, came out with a really nice double kill to start the game. I was thinking maybe he was going to be the guy to kind of go on a spree and step it up, and then he just goes and shoots the fuel rod when he's top center. Like I said, I get that that guy's under the base. You know, I was pretty surprised that he was even able to get the kill. I thought he was just going to take him to no shields, but you can't afford, you know, it's 50 to 45. Just imagine if you were to able to stay alive. That's 49, okay? And then imagine if you were to go on the killing spree. Now we're looking at a 49 to 49 game potentially. So to me, that was probably the biggest mistake that I saw individually from anyone in that entire game or for the entire series so far. Next time, these guys need to make sure that they're really using these. There's no power-ups here. There's no camouflage, there's no overshield here, but there are power weapons. So if they get these power weapons, they need to use them a lot more wisely.
And the problem is with Coliseum, there are a lot of power weapons. You've got Rocket, you've got Sniper, you've got Scatter Shot down bottom mid. There is all sorts, and honestly, I'm a little bit worried for Denial here. I mean, don't get me wrong, you've got some fantastic players as we look across the roster there, and especially at the front with Cloud. I can't say enough about Cloud from hearing his communication and his general teamwork earlier on in relegation. His call-outs, he talk about this small talk. Fair enough, he gets loud and proud and very hype, but it's, just to mirror your words, Tom, I've got you, don't worry, let's do this, push now, I'm with you. Just those little words, knowing when your team and working together and pushing as one unit. Again, you can't just go YOLO solo. The amount of times we'll see on Team Slayers where people will just rush at 1 to 2 people. They'll have no support and they'll just give away these needless deaths. Team Liquid at the moment is really running as a solid unit.
Yeah, if you're a Denial fan, you know, you really gotta hope that they win this game. I would say that this is a must-win now. Previously, that last game, it was definitely important, but the thing is you know, you can't go down 3-0 in this series. You stand zero chance at that point. I mean, it's possible. We've seen reverse sweeps happen before, but CTF Coliseum, fortunately for them, they haven't played any CTF yet in the series, and the games seem to be going closer, 100 to 59 in that first game, 50 to 45 in game number 2. So this is their opportunity, and what I always told my teammates were no matter what, after 3 games, you know, if the series is 2-1, it doesn't even matter which game or who won what.
Couldn't mirror your words perfectly enough. So, guys, crack open your laptop now. Visit halo.gg. Use code installation03. That's going to stick a gold rec pack into your Spartan. You can get that opened up. Again, halo.gg. These codes are only on for a certain amount of time, so you've got to be quick and you've got to be fast. It's now gone. Stick it up, get it in there, and get a gold pack. Capture the flag on Coliseum. Coliseum is now kicking up. The first to 3 caps will win. It looks like we're kicking it off with Team Captain Cloud.
Yeah, we were talking about Cloud. Looks like he's going to make his way over towards the Rockets. Always typically a one-on-one battle. Always an epic grenade fight. Looks like he's going to be able to take this guy down to no shields. Doesn't get the melee off, though. Eco getting the better of him, and Cloud not able to secure those Rockets. So let's see what's happened with those Rockets, or if anyone was able to capitalize on that. But I want to hop on board, actually, with Eco, who's already in the enemy base, 25 seconds in the game, and tossing that one past the 50-yard line. Also has the scatter shot. So nice flank from Eco, adding some pressure onto the map. Spartan has the sniper, getting a headshot already on one player. Misses the no-scope. Falcated with the perfect shots, but but this flag's still alive.
Little bit of a curse of the caster. Every time we jump on board with someone, they are dead instantly. The Noxide going for a very overzealous ground pound. Doesn't land it on anybody, but two of his teammates, Stellar and Eco, will come in. They will clean them up as well. He's still alive here, just running around. Span's going to pick off and take off Rami's face as we look across the board. Cloud comes in with the rockets. He will take Eco down as he hits him in the feet. Again, as soon as we hop on board with these people, they just drop left, right, and center. Spartan looking up to the skies. He puts a bullet into Gabriel. That's going to be Stella who finishes him off. Two more players. Tom, this is messy. This is really messy.
I'm pretty much over here just clicking on everybody, and every single time I go to someone, they actually die. So it's just completely back and forth. Again, it's all about snipe control. So while it is about snipe control, you want to try to at least cover, again, more percentage of the map. So while you see maybe 3 of your teammates going over towards snipe, that's a really good opportunity to go over towards the rocket area as well.
So here we are with Eco's POV. As soon as he goes down, we'll see what he does off of this one. We do have a Denial eSports listening ready. Let's see how he looks for this one. He's going to go one-on-one with Falcade. Now he will drop, so we'll go across to Team Captain Cloud. Let's jump on board with Denial and see what they've got to say.
Our cuts, our cave and our cuts. Our basement. Our basement, our cave.
You gotta live.
I'm one shot on our flag.
There's two weak.
Dan's weak, our flag, Dan's weak.
One window, they're playing a window.
Yeah, it's going window. Run it. There's another guy found.
One shot, somebody.
They're gonna be, top box. They're gonna get this.
Top rockets is weak. Do not let them get these rockets.
Top box dead.
Two dead right now. Can we get the... Oh, nice.
Alright, they're gonna have that, they're gonna have that.
There's guys, they're cuts.
Oh, you gotta go in the corner right now.
I have rockets, I ran back to our side, guys.
Yeah, there's sniping one shot. I got one.
One dead. Be aggressive here.
Let's go to the basement, look.
Let's get him, weak, weak in the corner.
There's two there.
There's two there, dude, there's two there. They're
Both
both
weak in the
they're both
corner.
weak. Their cave is up.
Man, you gotta... We're two dead. You gotta stay alive here.
I can't.
One stop rockets.
Grass turned up.
Scotty, they're on reads.
One shot on read. Yeah, man. He's on the base. He's preaching our sniper ramp.
I got one, rockets are out.
Our sniper ramp, Mike.
They have rockets on center.
Our sniper ramp in our cave, absolutely, guys. In our cave, absolutely.
Nice kill.
He's still our cave. Dead. Get down.
That's good rockets, they're found rockets, watch out, they're main
Get
rockets.
control the sniper with the sniper rifle here.
I'm top. Bomb scanner, this guy.
That is dead.
Bomb scanner coming on our side, maybe.
We have control of the sniper here.
Alright, guys. Dude, rockets to their found.
The window. I near the window.
Up in my sniper, guys. Up in my sniper.
Rockets on the grass, guys. He's gonna go for that
In
sniper.
the corner.
They have sniper. They have
Sniper,
sniper.
weak.
Our sniper sniping.
Our flag, one shot, running it.
Our corner sniping. Our cave
I kill flag.
Our cave sniping. Our
Nice.
cave
Left, don't die to
sniping.
him.
He's sniper ramp side.
I'm getting their flag. I threw flag out. This guy in the window.
RBR.
They're good. On the me.
In here, BR.
The rocket street.
On our mates. The rock shoot weak.
Guys, you have no help. You have no help. Our cave, one shot.
Sniper ramp. Right. Kill sky window. Feed it. Let's go. They're sniping. Top side. Top side sniping.
Look top cat. You gotta look top cat at least.
Probably looking at you. I see nades from there. Found the basement. They're mazing the basement scanner. They're scanner behind you. I need watch out. The rocket street now.
Sniper at top snipe.
Watch out the rocket street. Stellar. I'm gonna push that box. I'm pushing that box.
Alright, whoever spawns gotta watch our content. They're pushing our spawn already.
Guys, bomb center.
Scanner him still. Got one. Got ready.
One shot.
One shot bottom mid sniping.
Our window trying to kill.
I can run this.
Watch out our window, guys. Watch out, maze.
You just have to pull it
Blue
out.
maze, one shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw this out. I'm throwing the rocket side.
Come on.
Legs in their cuts. In their flag, this guy. And the basement.
Basement. One shot.
He's one shot sniping.
Bomb gas also. I killed Sniper.
Shot the back flag.
Kill Sniper.
I died from catwalk. They're on read.
Gonna grab it. I get two. I'm the basement. You got me. They're found side basement. Go free.
Go.
Behind you. Nice. Two
Throw it
dead.
out.
Rockets are up still.
They're corner, one shot.
Another guy, their flag somewhere. Don't die. Do not die.
Don't gotta snipe. Top snipe has 2 shots.
And here we go then. Rami is going to slide this one in, but unfortunately he can't cap it as the flag is away. Tom, we've just been watching all the POVs across the board. Explain to me and break down exactly what you're seeing.
Well, here's the thing is, Rami really clutched it right there, going and getting that flagpole. Easily could have been a return for the side of Liquid. And one of the things that's, really important about Halo 5 in these standoffs is that once you get that, flag return and you capture that, you're typically, open for another flagpole. So, if you're the side of Liquid, you could potentially walk away with this 3-0. I always think of, this as a almost three flag capture momentum swing. It just seems like one capture, but it means so much more than that because you can figure take away a capture, nice stick there from Gabriel, but you can figure take away a capture because we didn't get ours, and then typically people are running out another one. So Gabriel realizes that this is their time. This is a must win for them. He's going to be the one that's potentially going huge for his team. That stick was absolutely disgusting. Now he has the combo there pushing in towards the elbow. This is their opportunity to capitalize, but Spartan and Denoxide getting some kills as well. So it looks like Gabriel doing some almost nearly perfect positioning with the rockets, but that was an amazing play from Stellar to really push his body towards the rocket players so he would commit suicide.
Unfortunately, the sniper does go now into the opposing team's hand, but we're still on board with Gabriel off the spawn. He's going to run back in, and you got it perfectly. That stick on Spartan earlier on, little tiny bit of a fluke, but what a massive kill, because he could have just come from behind, really, really aggressively pushed on in them, and just got the return, but he didn't. He got the stick on the leg. He did go down. Gabriel just looking for this player. Ooh. He's up high in the sky. Denoxide comes down, takes him a ground pound down. He will fall out, gets another touch just to reset that. But look at what we have. We have the Rockets up once again. This time it goes to the hands, again, in the hands of the Denial player. It's going to be Rami who's going to be pushing aggressively. I want to see him move this flag to the opposing side. He's going to throw it there and just sit in this corner, really bait them in and let his teammates do some work. He charges in. Rami's one shot, looking to see this kill, at least as you mentioned previous. He will challenge, he will go down, but so does Rami as well, which means the Rockets are out of play.
That was a nice job by both players. Pretty much executed that by the book when it comes to this certain situation. I'm surprised that Denial wasn't able to capitalize once they saw that Stellar fell off the map, because they also had rockets at the same time. So potentially missed opportunity. However, when that does happen, it typically opens up the map for the rest of other players. Spartan gets the rockets right there. See if he's able to get this potential return. Gabriel getting a huge kill. Let's see if Gabriel's able to lock this one down. I think he was able to get that return, so that is the capture that they were looking for. Now this one's all tied up 1-to-1, Sims.
Massive, massive plays coming out of Spartan, but unfortunately it's not good enough. As you mentioned, there's only 5 minutes remaining on the clock. This time it's starting to heat up. Really, really on the line. One of these teams, again, will be dropping down to losers. The other team will be going to the Pro League. So a lot of stuff on the line for both sides. At the moment, Cloud just looking for any players that want to be challenging him. He's only got his AR in the back pocket. He does whip out the Magnum, ready to try and take someone's face as they come flying around the corner. Eyeing up the BR, but unfortunately even, finds himself a sniper rifle. Only 5 bullets in the chamber, but he's in a really good position. This is kind of the best place to be. Obviously not in death screen. Now that sniper's probably going to move into the hands of Liquid if they find it on the floor.
Yeah, like you were saying, that's the really prime position to be in, getting over there into nice snipe coming out from Denoxide. It's just such a prime position to be in because you're just covered so well, and then you have all of your teammates that can just collapse because you can just draw out the rest of the team from the elbow. So really like the way that Liquid's playing this one. Denoxide executing this one pretty well so far. Would like to see him watching these spawns in the cave. There he is. So he's watching the cave spawns. Really great communication coming out from Liquid. Super nice snipe. That should be enough time to lock these guys down towards snipe side. Curious to see what they're going to be able to do and if they're able to pull this flag out. They are. So Spartan putting that one in 2-to-1, all because of the sniping coming out from Denoxide and being aware of those cave spawns. So that's what you got to do. Typically you see people never letting anyone spawn in the cave, but it's okay to let people spawn in the cave as long as you know that they're there and you communicate that you're choking those elbow spawns.
I mean, literally, as soon as you said, I hope he's watching the cave, he scoped him, pull a bullet between a player's eyes, and then that enabled them to move the flag and put one in the back of the net. They're now up 2-to-1, and another flag is on the move in the background as well, Tom. I'm seeing some bouncing on the screen. They're trying to get it out on the elbow, which they've managed to do. No one, in fact, it's going to be on the opposing side. Both flags out now. Let's see if anyone can make something of this. Gabriel gets a double, doesn't manage to land the triple kill. A player will pick this up, and that's going to be victory as Team Liquid go 3-0 up in the series. Final score of 3 flag caps to 1. But really, we got to talk about that sniping at the end. Fair enough, it wasn't kill after kill after kill, but he landed the headshot when it mattered most. Killing that player off as he spawned, then tagging up the second. They just bailed that flag down bottom mid and just put it in the back of the net.
And just a few weeks ago, Denoxide was the goose, and now he's looking like the god going for Team Liquid. Just such an impressive performance from Liquid overall. I'm telling you, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to go and look at the scrims and figure out that these guys mean serious business. And just taking a look at the stats again, Spartan just constantly going huge. He was ready to play when he woke up this morning. And if you just look at his dad's here supporting him. His dad is a serious guy. He has a serious cowboy hat, a real authentic cowboy. So you know that these guys, you know, having their family come out there, they're definitely feeling good about themselves. Always great to see, you know, the support coming out from everybody as well. So, you know, when you go down 3-0 in this series from Denial's point of view, you have to just pretty much just hope something goes wrong for Liquid. You got to just hope that they just maybe loosen the gripper a little bit, but I highly doubt with everything that's on the line, the stakes are so high, that's not going to happen.
All right, just before we get into the next game, let's look ahead. Let's just say theoretically, Team Liquid, take Empire Strongholds, this is a 4-0. You've been in this position before. I want your initial thoughts. You're going up against a team that you knocked into losers. They'll drop down, they'll face Optic Gaming. They've already beat Optic Gaming. What's the mindset of Optic Gaming going up against a roster they've already played today and been beaten by?
Well, it's, you know, it's even. It's a clean slate. It doesn't matter anymore. That series is in the past. It doesn't matter what the series was before. There's no continuation, so there's no, you know, particular advantage either way. It's just a matter of who's going to play better, who's going to be smart when it comes to the certain map vetoes, who's going to have the better plan, who's going to execute a little better. So, you know, if you're Optic, you definitely have to be having a grin on your face. Maybe your mouth's watering a little bit by watching this performance from Denial, because, yeah, Liquid's strong. We knew that they were going to be strong. Didn't think that they were going to be this strong. I thought that this game or this series was going to go all the way to a Game 7, just like we've been seeing back and forth throughout a majority of the Legendary Cup, but that's just not the case. We haven't seen that same intensity from Cloud as we saw on the side station. He was really getting loud, really screaming, getting hyped up. We haven't really seen that. When we saw the communication, when we did the listen-in, there was a couple of times where there was dead space. I don't think I've really seen that from any other team in any of the listen-ins. When you go and you looked at E6, for example, constantly just going back and forth, but yet there was a little bit of dead space and a little bit of question in their call-outs, which is not what you want to see. They really have to pick up the intensity and want it here.
You can hear in the background, guys, the crowd is getting pretty pumped up. We're hearing a lot of noise there. This is it then. Can we see Team Liquid? I don't even want to say get back into the Pro League, because honestly, if they win this, they will never have left. Fair enough, they finished in 7th down in relegation, but for the last few weeks, this has been a turnaround team. It's been ups and downs for the boys on Team Liquid. A couple of team changes here and there, a couple of little bit of, I want to say rough incidents with one another, but at the end of the day, they're here. They're fired up. They're ready. I was in Spartan the Dog's room last night. He's got his Xbox set up and hooked up to a 4G network. I'm here, boys. I'm keeping my shot warmed up, and honestly, it's now proving it. Tweet the stream. Use the hashtag. We are only possibly one more map away from seeing Team Liquid bag themselves their seat in the fall season.
And what an interesting start to the game. They just end up flying off the map with the overshield. Gabriel getting up a couple kills. Valkyrie picking one up as well. That's exactly what you want to do if you're Denial to start this game. Getting into the pit, they also captured their base, so some quick points already coming out 20 seconds into this game.
And that was in a very aggressive start. I'm not entirely sure. I think it must have been the bird. He knew what was coming down. He went Supermaning off the map. He could have thrust back. He'd more than likely if he wanted to. But having the pit control straight off the spawn, more importantly, both the pit and their base went up at the same time. They left one player back and the other 3 just moved on. He says, okay, you cap this, us 3, we're getting this. They did it. It worked. The Noxide comes in with the ground pound, gives him the Bro Fist straight to the face, takes him down. Let's move across to Stella. He's going to check blue base, make sure nobody's in here, blow up the barrel, see if anyone's crouching around the corner, which they wasn't. And now they're going to try and turn this one around. The pit's going to get transferred. Little bit of a battle going down. Honestly, Squared, this could be the triple cap.
Yeah, it's a triple cap because of the fact that Stellar rotated and was helping in the pit while still holding down the side base. So I thought he was going to maybe leave that side base and elect to go help the pit, but they already had that under control. So nice job by Liquid. Only, 15 points for Denial. That's not what you want to see for Denial fans. Denial typically would lock down a setup for maybe 40 points or longer. So I always like to see who holds that first setup longer. So we saw 15 points total for Denial. Now that's already pretty much being matched from the side of Liquid. So I tend to just kind of look at the beginning of those games to kind of gauge how the rest of it's going to play out. Obviously, tons of different situations will change that circumstance, like the overshield and getting rockets, or maybe if someone goes on a nice spree. But you can just gauge that Liquid obviously has a pretty strong take-back strategy, and it doesn't seem like Denial's setup is as strong as it has been against other teams in this Legendary Cup.
Okay, let's have a look at Eco's POV then. We're just seeing at the moment, there's going to only be one person left on the side. He's going to grab himself the saw, because as we did pop on his POV, I just saw a kill feed of Team Liquid. That was all 4 down for just a second. They're going back for the triple cap again. At the moment, Denial, they're just bleeding out points, and Team Liquid, they're not letting them stop. They're keeping the pressure on, they're keeping the triple cap in effect, and look at this. Overshield and Saw being pushed hard on blue base. Honestly, Denial are not getting a break. They are not giving them any room to breathe.
This is literally the worst game type to play if you're down 3-0 in this series, because this is such a snowbally game type. So this is where you start, falling down when it comes to the communication. You start feeling really good if you're Eco and Team Liquid, able to shoot bodies and things like that. But it's just so hard to come back because you have to already have your plan. There's not really much that you can communicate because it's pretty much just a general meta strategy of going outside when you don't have the pit and just trying to recapture those side bases. But when you're down 3-0 in the series and you have someone that's in a triple cap, now it's just a double cap, but it's just virtually impossible. I won't want to say virtually, nearly impossible to come back from this.
He must have definitely got a kill there. I like what he did. He saw that his base was being taken, but he actually, rather than rushing in and charging in, he averted to go back. Fair enough, he went down, but you could tell he was going to give his teammate an assist. Now the pit is trying to be taken. Gabriel's down there. But again, he's getting shot in the back from another player who's just hiding around on fans. I believe that's going to be the knock. It was the knock side. He actually went down as well. Now we'll have a look back at Eco's POV going one-on-one, toe-to-toe. He's going to chase his kill down. Cloud, pick him up. Bags the double kill as well. Now he's going to just check blue. Now, this is where they're going to be spawning. So more than likely, you would expect on the other side of the map, they'd push hard over to the OS and really push in on them.
Yeah, but the thing is Liquid is just going to collapse on this and eventually go for the triple cap because they know that they're going to spawn over at red base. So if they can eventually just stop the player at red base, that's going to be Spartan trying to crouch over here, then they're able to get this triple cap. And I mean, the points are just going to accumulate so fast. It's going to be so hard again for Denial to potentially come back. Really, their only saving grace at this point is the overshield that's coming up in about 5 seconds.
Look at this scoreline, 74-15. Team Liquid really, really want this. We got Stella outside. He's just waiting for that OS. It pops. I'm assuming he will have bagged it as well. There's a bit of, in fact, he didn't. He went down. Now we see, oh, please don't say it's so. The knock side will drop. Now we finally see Denial. It's going to be Cloud have some sort of power-up control. He's going to move his way over to blue, but it's too late. The triple cap's there already. I think this is game, set, and match because at the and he gets beaten down. That's dirty and unfortunate. Really nasty scenes right now. This is all kinds of bad.
When you just go and you switch from point of view to point of view and you just see how clean Liquid is with their shots, they're not only, you know, out teamworking these guys at this point, they're really out individually playing them and just having better shots, all of those things. Well, I mean, in Strongholds, it's so hard, like I said, to come back. You put yourself in those type of positions, and a lot of people think it's all about your right thumbstick. It's really about your left thumbstick and how you set up on the map. So if you have the superior position, I would say, you know, 80% of the time you should be walking away with those fights. And it looks like a little desperation move coming out here from Cloud, trying to make his way over towards the pit. Has some help, but a lot of members from Liquid are flooding in there. That's going to be Spartan in there holding the serious defense, and he's going huge. He knows it. 4-0 victory for Team Liquid. They are going to be staying in the Pro League. They never left.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Team Liquid. They have solidified their position in the fall season. You called it perfectly, Tom. They have not left the Pro League. And honestly, looking forward to the Pro League, this is going to be a much stronger team. This is not going to be the Liquid that we saw at the start of the season, where they were just losing match after match after match. Fall season's going to be fire.
Well, here's the thing, is Liquid always looks really strong in scrims. It just came down to tournament time. They were never able to actually perform. So taking a look at the stats, you can see, you know, just completely outslayed. 100-15, a 5-minute game, pretty quick game. And like I said, that's the last game type that you want to play when you're down 3-0 in the series. But just look at overall, just not many assists, not many kills coming out from the side of Denial. You know, a little bit flat in my opinion when they opened up the series. Not the same amount of intensity that they came out in the beginning of the day.
So the bigger question is, does this now play in the hands of Optic Gaming?
For sure it does.
Yeah?
For sure it does, because they were able to gain confidence from, you know, it stinks that you gotta, you know, take I don't want to say pride in other people's failures, but you kind of gotta, you know, be rooting, you know, not to play against Liquid because they've been looking so good in scrims. You want to play against Denial, and you definitely want to play against Denial when their confidence is so low. They really only had one close game. You can see that 50-45 in Truth Slayer. So yeah, for sure it plays out for Optic, not only because of that, because they were able to see some of the strategies coming out from the side of Denial too. It wasn't much because it was so one-sided in that series, but even if you can take away small things about even if one player goes a certain way to start a game, that's intel that you didn't have before.
And not only do the confidences look bad of Denial, but the confidences of Optic, they're going to be riled up. They've just come off of a win. They're going to be looking forward to this next matchup. And honestly, this next match on main stage, guys, is going to be the final battle of today. We can only send one more team to the fall season. It's going to be Denial eSports versus Optic Gaming. Again, Optic fighting to stay in the Pro League. We've just seen up on main stage Team Liquid do it. Everyone's been questioning, do Optic deserve their spot in the Pro League? And if they beat these guys, then absolutely. But they've got to get past them. They've been beaten once today by Denial eSports in a very, I've got to say, very, very close 4-2 series. But you know what? Now it's all about Liquid. Congratulations to them. I believe we've got an interview with one of the players up on main stage. So Mike, over to you.
Thanks, Sims. I'm here with Spartan the dog, and man, I mean, you guys 4-0'd. You didn't lose a single game. I mean, you guys killed it. I mean, you see the crowd, they're cheering you. You got some family here, some support from them as well. What did you guys do specifically to prepare for this event?
We just put in more quality practice than quantity, just not getting on and scrimming just to play Halo. We got on and we scrimmed to get better, to learn, and we knew we needed to win. We knew this was a huge thing for us, being in the 7th and 8th relegation spots, not a good thing, obviously. So, we just really tried hard to get better as a team.
Well, you guys struggled you struggled probably throughout the Pro League, unfortunately. But in the last few weeks, you guys just somehow started clicking. Everything seemed to look incredible for you guys. You guys were taking people to Game 5s and looking very strong. You started closing out series. What do you think? What do you think was the difference there? Why you guys started clicking at the late stages of the season?
I think a big reason we got better was I had a pretty bad mentality, I would say, the first half of the season. Just so much had happened, and I think it really kind of just took a toll on me, and that started to take a toll on my teammates because of the way I was acting. And I really kind of just owned up to my own actions, and I apologized, and then we all just clicked, and everything's been so much better since.
Yeah, you definitely showed it today. Well, congratulations on making it to the next season of Pro League. What does that mean to you now that you can kind of sit back and relax a little bit and know that you're going to have a spot in next season?
Honestly, I love my teammates, man. Like I said, the last few weeks has been amazing with this team. I have no doubt in my mind that we are a top team right now. Like, we could easily be in the top 4 right now the way we are playing. And making the Pro League season, just proves we are meant to be here, and we're gonna stay here.
Well, you heard it from Spartan himself right there. I mean, they are not going anywhere. They're going to be in the next season of Pro League. We're going to hand this back over to you, Bravo.
All right, hey, thanks, Side. Spartan the Dog, of course, confident he has earned his spot in the Pro League. Like strong side, and Kyle, you were saying earlier, 2 4-0 wins for them.
It was pretty amazing gameplay overall. Like we said before, if you watched Week 7, we said this is a new Liquid that we have not seen so far. They had that upset on Cloud9, and they've just been steamrolling, in practice online and not dropping a game here at the finals in the relegation. So just amazing overall play from them.
I think what's important is you could see how much it meant to them. When they were celebrating there at the end, I mean, Spartan got up, he cheered. Denoxide was just shouting, "Let's go." I mean, it's how much these guys want to be in Pro League. It's a really prestigious spot.
It is, and it, of course, means a lot for them here. And the practice that they put in has certainly paid off, not dropping a single game and securing their Pro League spot here. Of course, the same cannot be said yet for Denial and Optic. That'll be our next match coming up in just a bit. You're watching highlights here from that 4-0 series, guys, talking about those games. Game 1 was 159 on Eden Strongholds, pretty easy win for Liquid. Game 2, Truth Slayer, though, 50-45, Liquid edging it out, and really the difference maker for me was the 7 power weapon kills they had.
Right, and in that game number 2, the 50-45, you had Spartan going 17-10 and Stellar at 16-8. So just amazing overall play, like we've said before. Like, these guys have the talent, they were just lacking the chemistry, and you heard it from Spartan himself. They finally have it together, and they're showing it.
I mean, Eco was doing some absolute work with the Hydra as well. You don't see very many players pick up that Hydra. He just kind of was soaring across the map, getting some fantastic kills with that. So great to see players utilizing these different weapons.
That's right. Looking at the relegation bracket here, Team Liquid has earned their spot in the fall season in a convincing fashion. But it's all about Denial eSports and Optic Gaming. That match will be coming up in just a bit. But guys, I do want to wrap up on this series here. Game 3, Coliseum CTF. That was a Liquid 3-1 win. Spartan 21-14 in that match, pretty convincing.
The power weapon control for Liquid, they had 19 kills in total, so both Rockets and Snipe just using it to full effect. Just fantastic to have players that are going to concentrate on that, and if you can hold the Sniper for that long, you're always going to get a good amount of kills.
And something we weren't expecting necessarily was, Rami, who's had so much success in Pro League as a sub and just helping out the squad themselves, and then he had that 7-18 game, really uncharacteristic of him, especially with how well he's been playing of late.
Yeah, for me, I feel like Rami was silenced really the whole series, right? At least watching, looking at the score lines alone and in the stats as well, I don't really feel like we saw the Rami that we had seen throughout the season. So he's going to be looking to correct that sentiment, certainly around his performance in this next series. But just to close out Empire Strongholds, was that game number 4? I mean, Liquid outslayed 49-30 in a 100-15 victory.
Yeah, they just finished it with style. They were so aggressive, just constantly pushing for that total control and just having that desire and that passion. You could just clearly see it in their play style, really. They weren't letting the other team breathe at all.
Right, and of course, with the Fathom Strongholds, I believe it was at 9 minutes, 25 seconds that Denial initially had 15 points, and they did not put another point on the board the rest of the game, and it was essentially nonstop triple caps. A couple times they lost maybe one Stronghold, but they were instantly able to get it back in pretty convincing and dominating fashion.
Yeah, yes, indeed. Of course, our next matchup is going to be Denial versus Optic for the final Pro League spot here in the relegation tournament. That'll be the last match of the evening. Make sure you don't miss it. Also, let us know your predictions there using the hashtag HCS. Let us know exactly which team you think is going to take the spot, because only one remains, and of course, one will be eliminated right there. Also, it sounds like from the stage where those two teams are actually doing vetoes as we speak. So we will go to a quick break to let those vetoes come in. And when we come back, we'll go over the series layout. Make sure you don't go anywhere. We have more action coming up. Denial versus Optic for the final spot in just a bit. We'll see you soon.